IPMNation.com.
This is Scrimmy Boucher. You're listening to Local Outbreak on IPM Nation.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation. This is Matt from IPM Nation, and we are here at the studio at 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia, where we record the show every Tuesday night. We do encourage people to come on down because it's a very, very cool place. Funky little gift shop and art gallery. Melissa is wonderful. Very grateful that she lets us do the show here every week. TheStudioNH.com is the website if you want to check it out online. And our guest, who I will introduce in just a moment, was commenting before the show that everyone he sends here, because he has sent us many great guests. They all love Melissa and love the shop, and it's a good time. So come on down. We're here every Tuesday night, usually between 6 and 7 p.m. So hopefully as warm weather rolls in, we'll get some more. We'll get some studio audiences in here while we do the show. And, of course, we're also sponsored by Central NH Events. If you need a DJ for your event, go to centralnhevents.com. And Mr. Tim Martin does a great job. He'll DJ your shindig, your hootenanny, whatever it may be. And, of course, Tweak Sound and Mastering. If you need some recording done, tweaksound.com. You can check out Matt Marcil. Yeah, he is also one of our sponsors and contributes a lot of the equipment that we record for the show, so very grateful to him as well. That's Tweak Sound and Mastering. And Matt was actually on the show just recently as a guest. So, and let's see. Who am I forgetting? I think that's everybody. I think I got everybody. So, our guest this week, without further ado, Mr. Let's see, Scrimmy Boucher.
How's it going?
Also known as Scrimmy the Dirtbag.
Yes.
Also known as Tim Boucher.
Yes.
Do you have any other aliases, sir?
Scrimmington.
Yes. Timothy Scrimmington. Was it Timothy? What is it on Facebook?
Timothy Scrimmington Boucher the 8th.
Yes. That's wonderful. And you have sent us a lot of great guests. As I mentioned, you've also been on the show before.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Have you been on the show once before or more than... No, you've
twice.
been on the show.
I've been on the show twice. I believe I was the first person on this show.
Right, when Mike Laughlin was hosting.
Yes.
Yeah, we were kind of... Actually, I was going to look it up before we started, and I forgot to. We were going to look up if that episode is even on the archive.
It's terrible.
Because there is a missing. I know we're missing one episode from the archive on IPM Nation, but... yeah, and you've played in a lot of bands in the time I've known you, but you're here tonight to talk about your solo project.
Yeah, I've been working on a solo record for the past 4 months. I've been playing in a band called Yankee Cockfight for the past 6 years, and we have decided to take some time off and work on other projects. And I have been working on my thing, which is now evolved into something else, into a whole new band. But I made a little 4-song EP that came out about a month ago and got to tour on it, and things are already happening, so that's kind of neat, I guess.
Very cool. What's the name of the EP?
It's just Scrimmy the Dirtbags this time around EP, and then I'm going to be re-recording the whole thing again, hopefully in April, with the new band that I just hired, which is now called Scrimmy and the Bingo Wings.
All right. Cool. Well, why don't we play something from the EP, and then we'll come back and chat. What do you want to play to open the show?
I would say go right ahead and play This Time Around.
All right.
This song has Johnny Earthquake playing slide guitar on it. He came down to the studio and wrote a solo for it and did it in 1 or 2 takes, and it was pretty awesome.
All right, very cool. So we'll give this a listen. So this is Scrimmy the Dirtbag with This Time Around from his new self-titled, not self-titled, but that's the title of the EP, I should say, as well as the track. So take a listen. You're on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation.
I took the ride, you won the race. I had your back and you laughed in my face. Nothing's ever good enough for you. I let you win 'cause I had to lose. You got your way. twice, but I stuck around and I paid the price. Nothing's ever good enough for you. Well, that must mean it's over, 'cause I don't feel a thing. That old dead horse, he beats me to the ground. Well, I need someone to lift me up, 'cause she just knocks me down. Guess I should try you out this time around. I told you yes, you told me no. If you don't want me around, you better let me go. Nothing's ever good enough for you. You're something old, she's something new. You can kiss my ass, now we're through. Nothing's ever good enough for you. Well, that must mean it's over, 'cause I don't feel a thing. That old dead horse, she beats me to the ground. Well, I need someone to lift me up, 'cause she just knocks me down. Guess I should try you out this time around. Guess I should try you out this time around. Guess I should try you out this time around.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation. This is Matt from IPM Nation. We are here at the studio at 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia. We're talking with Scrimmy tonight. He's got his new EP, 4-song EP called This Time Around. And did you play almost everything on this, or how much of it's just you? Because you're one of those guys who can play multiple instruments.
I did all the percussion. I did all the guitar. I did all the lead vocals.
Wow.
And then I played electric guitar in one song. But other than that, I added a friend from Boston, Marie Kettering, who also played in Mantra with me years ago. Yeah. She came in and played all the violin parts. Again, I said Johnny Earthquake played slide guitar on the first song. Jason from Down to the Well came in and did upright bass on one of the tracks on it. But everything else I did.
Is this the first time that you've been involved in a project where during the recording process you played multiple instruments? Because you've been in a lot of bands, you've done a lot of recording, but is this the first time where you didn't have that one slot that you had to kind of be in?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Was that intimidating you at all, or was it kind of liberating to be able to?
No, it was really great because I didn't have a lot of say on the last Yankee Cockfight record. Not that it came out bad, it just kind of limited as to what we could do with it. And this one, I had an idea. I went into the studio, and the producer I worked with, Chris Haricuna, we call him Chris H, has really good ideas, so he's really fun to work with.
Yeah.
And pretty much let me do whatever I want, and was really, really patient with me, and threw in some of his 2 cents too, which is great. I don't know, but yeah.
And why'd you decide to do a 4-song EP? I'm always interested in why people.
I had time constraints because I had a tour coming up, and I needed an EP to bring on the road with me. So we spent, I think we did it in a month. We did the whole thing in like 4 or 5 sessions.
Yeah.
So I had to get it done in a certain amount of time. So 4 songs worked.
Yeah. And what was the process like as far as choosing people to play on it?
I had a wish list.
Yeah. Did you? Yeah.
Yeah. I had a wish list, and I pretty much got everybody I wanted to play on it.
You. Good.
Yep.
Good. And as far as touring, because you went out on tour, I think we were talking off air about it. You went out to as far as Ohio with this last tour?
I just did a tour with my friends Cactus Attack, and we were scheduled for 10 shows. We only did 8 because of the snow.
Yeah.
But we went out as far as Ohio and did a couple shows in Pennsylvania. We were supposed to go to Baltimore, but it got canceled.
Yeah.
Connecticut, New York, show in Salem, Massachusetts. Obviously, one show in New Hampshire. I can't remember all of them, but I know that we definitely did 8 of the 10 shows. Portland, Maine.
And you're going back out, is it in the
June.
summer? In June, yeah.
June. And we're going to be doing a lot of touring together again this summer into the fall.
Yeah.
Because we're both, my band members now are 2 guys from Cactus Attack.
Okay.
It's Mike Walker is the bass player, and then their drummer, Chris Hickman, is playing mandolin for me.
Yeah.
So we're going to tour together again because it just works.
Yeah.
And then we're working on doing a festival out in Wisconsin, the Farmageddon Festival, which I've done 2 years in a row prior with Yankee Cockfight. And then we're going to be doing a festival in Ohio called White Trash Bash.
Yeah.
And then Pickin' in the Park in Vermont is another big one with like Filthy Still and Jake Orvis, and Cactus Attack is playing that as well, and a bunch of other bands that I'm friends with and that I've toured with before.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, so you're going to be busy. That's great.
Yeah.
Is this kind of your main focus now, is the solo stuff?
No.
Because
I'm just going to keep making as much music as I can.
Yeah, because you usually have multiple things going.
Yeah, I do still.
Yeah. Not just too on the, in terms of being an artist, but also to, you as a promoter, you do the shows. Do you want to mention that at all too? I mean,
I've been booking and promoting shows since 1996.
Yeah.
I currently, for the past 2 years, I've been running Thursday nights at the Shasky in Manchester. That's been going really, really well.
Yeah.
I worked for Millie's for almost 7 years.
Yeah.
Before that, and just I've been helping other touring acts that I've met on the road, that when they come out to New England, I usually set them up with a string of shows for like a week around here.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that a lot, and then setting up my own tours.
What is it that got you into that? Because I'm always fascinated to ask people, what is it that made you want to take that step beyond just being an artist, but getting involved in the business side of things?
I like bringing like-minded people together.
Yeah.
I guess. And so I like to put showcases on that of, let's say, like a handful of bands that I think are really great, but I also think each one of those bands will have their own crowd, and all those crowds will dig all those bands together, and it just builds a bigger scene together. And I don't know, I just want everybody to have a good time.
Yeah, because you've been at it a long time, since 96.
1996.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they do it for a few years and then they get burned out. Or
I don't know how to do anything else.
Yeah, right. Do you ever, you talked about bringing different bands together, different performers, and hopefully it. I mean, I have some experience with this myself, not nearly the extent that you do, but you always kind of hope that it'll go well, that maybe the fans will mesh, and people who weren't familiar with a particular artist or band might, like them when they see them. But do you ever find that it's, I mean, that can get risky sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
Oh, yeah. No, it happens.
Yeah. I mean, do you, how do you deal with that when it does? Do you just kind of say, well, lesson learned, maybe I won't put these
pretty
bands
much.
together
Yeah.
again?
No, I'm like, I'll try something else.
Right. Because that's what I find, too. A lot of people who do this for a while, but then they get out of it, it's because
I'm a lot more particular now about the shows that I book. Before, I would be able to I was doing rec hall shows in the 90s, so I would find 4 or 5 bands, any band, that would just want a gig.
Yeah.
And then hopefully people will come out and see it, and then it got bigger and bigger, and I had more contacts build up over the years, so now I can actually pick and choose bands that I want to see, that I think this band's crowd will want to see. So I'll put those 2 bands together, and hopefully on top of those bands getting along with each other, and then hopefully their fans get along with each other, and it builds a lot of friendships. And I like everybody to have a good time.
Yeah. Do you find that you enjoy it more now than you used to, now that you're able to work with more? I mean, certainly the caliber of artists that you work with has gotten more and more professional over the years as you've built your name and your reputation, and you've done all this networking, which you're obviously pretty good at because you've made all these connections. Do you find it's more fun not having to do those kind of rec hall shows anymore?
I haven't done one in years, but I mean, it has its pros and cons. It's more of a job now, but I have more opportunity now, and like it makes it better for me because it's a new experience, I guess. Like there's better things that I can do and more things that I can do with it. I don't know if that really makes any sense.
No, it does. It does, because you can put on better shows. You can work with higher caliber artists and
I don't just work with like higher ones. I work with like, I'll see a dude or a girl playing in like a coffee shop, and if it hits me, I'll be like, here's my number. Like, I really want to book you, and I'll have them open up for somebody that I already work with, and hopefully their crowd will again like dig what this person's doing, and I'll do my best to put the word out there.
Absolutely. How long have you been doing the shows at the Shaskeen?
A little over 2 years.
Yeah. And it's good to see you doing that too, because, you know, a lot of people, I mean, I hear it a lot on this show, you know, people think that there is no, people think mistakenly that there's nobody doing original music, nobody putting on, like on a Thursday night, you know, people think it's not like it used to be, where in Manchester there'd be all this original music on not only the weekend, but on Thursday nights. And granted, it's not like it used to be in a lot of ways, but it does still exist. And some people have this idea that there's nothing going on, when in actuality there is, and you've got something really
Everybody's
good going
stuck at home looking at their computers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So 50% of them would rather just stay home and watch it on YouTube.
Right.
And then I'm going for the other demographic of the people that actually really want to see musicians play and come out and hang out and have a good time.
Right. And of course, too, all those connections you've made, and that all helps with your solo career now that you're, you know, I mean, I'm sure that all comes in handy too when you're booking a tour and hitting the road.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Do you plan to do anything with, I mean, obviously this will air on the radio, but do you have plans with radio beyond this in terms of your solo stuff?
This is the first thing I've done with it. Again, I just started doing this. The CD has been available for less than a month.
Yeah. This is really new. Yeah.
I mean, today was the first time I've listened to it in 3 weeks.
No kidding. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Where did you record this?
It's my friend Chris Hercuna, has a studio in Manchester.
Yep.
I've done a lot of work with him over the past couple of years. He did the first Yankee Cockfight album. I was in a band called Subsystem for a couple of years, and the album that I did with them, we recorded there.
Okay.
I've been doing a side project with him off and on for about 2 years called Medusa. It's a heavier project. And then I called him up and said I had some ideas for a solo thing. I've actually been pitching it to him for a while.
Oh, no kidding.
And it just never really happened until like I was like, I really need to do this.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. So
does he do all the mastering too? Does he do everything?
He will if I ask him to.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is, I mean, what we're hearing tonight, it's essentially it's a demo, really.
Yeah.
But it sounds really good. So
it's a little overproduced demo.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. No, it's good stuff. Why don't we play another track? What do you want to play?
Play the second song off of it. It's called Watch You Burn. It's another one. I played all of the instruments on it, and it's just like a creepy little blues song, I guess.
All right, very cool. Watch You Burn from Scrimmy the Dirtbag here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation.
I'm standing outside your house now. Open up the door. See you with a man now. Open up the door. You see me hanging around your door. I'm here to watch you burn. I'm here to watch you burn.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation. This is Matt from IPM Nation. We are here at the studio in downtown Laconia, 50 Canal Street. If you want to come on by, we're usually here every Tuesday night between 6 and 7 p.m. recording the show. And then, of course, it airs every Saturday night, a new episode at 9 p.m. on 100.1 The Planet, as well as our new IPM Nation live station. And then you get the replay Wednesday at 7 p.m. Also on The Planet and on IPM Nation. And don't forget, we archive all the shows on IPMNation.com/local outbreak, except for that missing show, which I think might have been the one you were on, Tim. I think that might be the last episode. I'll have to double check. I know we're missing one. It's
nobody needs to hear
episode 2. You don't want to relive the glory.
There is no glory.
So what did you when you started playing music? What was your first instrument?
Piano.
You started on piano.
I started on piano. I think I was in 6th grade.
Okay. Here's why I ask, and your answer kind of bolsters my theory. It seems like people who can play multiple instruments, they usually start out on piano.
I can't play the piano. I just started on the piano.
Out on piano. And I think the theory is, I was talking to this about somebody, I think the theory is if you start on piano is the best way to kind of learn the rudimentary stuff about how music works, for lack of a better way of putting it. So it kind of sets you up to learn other instruments because you play drums and you play
I actually got
guitar.
bored with it really fast and switched to drums.
That's interesting.
Like really within like 6 months.
Yeah, yeah. And have you ever taken lessons, or are you just completely self-taught?
I had one lesson.
Yeah?
I think I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I stacked wood for my middle school music teacher for a weekend, and she got me a guitar lesson.
No
for
kidding.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Did it make any difference, that one lesson?
I learned 3 chords.
Yeah, yeah. Probably could have done that on your own just as easy, huh?
It's all right.
But a guy you started. When did you what was your first band? Do you remember? Because you've been in a lot
My
of bands.
first real band?
Yeah.
I played in a band called Zimmergy.
Yeah?
With a bunch of dudes they all went to New Hampton School, and they needed a bass player, and I happened to be hanging around, and I just ended up in the band.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we only played 2 shows.
Yeah. Wow.
But that was my first band.
Yeah. You
I think I was 15.
yeah. Everyone hates this question, but I do want to ask you about your influences, because you've also played a lot of different
Like
kinds
a lot of
music.
stuff.
I know, which is interesting. But you've in the time that I've known you, every project you've done has had a distinctly different sound. Like your
I get bored.
Yeah, is that what it is? Yeah,
I just like a lot of stuff.
yeah, yeah. In terms of what you play, or in terms of what you listen to, or both?
Everything.
Really?
Both,
Yeah. What's the most unique project you've done, do you think? Would it be Yankee Cockfight? Because nothing.
I would say Yankee Cockfight. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What did you grow up on? Because sometimes people grow up listening to a certain type of music, and then they don't find until
I didn't.
later
I mean, I had to find a lot of my own music growing up. I mean, my
Yeah.
mom had like the standards. She had Led Zeppelin and AC/DC and like
Yeah.
Steely Dan and Pink Floyd kicking around, and then
Yeah.
and then on my father's side, he liked Eric Clapton a lot and Pink Floyd and Black Sabbath, and
Yeah.
I mean, but honestly, I had to fend for myself for the most part.
Yeah.
I used to steal my mom's Led Zeppelin records all the time when I was a kid. When she wasn't home, I would bring them in my room and listen to Black Dog over and over.
Oh,
and
really?
over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I would put it back before she got home from work.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Were you not supposed to be listening
She
to
didn't
those?
want me touching her stuff.
Oh, okay. Because she didn't want you listening to that music, or
No,
because
not
she
at all. It was
she
just
generally
don't
didn't want
scratch
you.
my records.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, she was paranoid about that.
So I started buying my own records at yard sales when I was like, I don't know, 11.
Yeah.
And I've actually been collecting records ever since.
No kidding.
Love records.
Yeah. Have you always had more than one project going at a time, or at least been kind of?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, the wheels are always turning. There's always something else like on standby.
Yeah.
I mean, there was definitely one point where I was playing with Yankee Cockfight, Meat Saw, and Subsystem all at the same time for 2 years.
Yeah.
So that was really hectic.
Yeah, it sounds it. Yeah. Have you you've done shows where you've played more than once?
Yeah.
Right?
I think I actually did a show with Meat Saw, Subsystem, and Yankee Cockfight all in one night.
Wow. Was it exhausting or did you love it?
I loved it.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah. So, the stuff we're hearing tonight, you're going to be re-recording it plus more with the band.
Yes.
that you've put together.
Yes.
So who else is in the band?
Matt Walker from Cactus Attack and Chris Hickman from Cactus Attack. And then I have a violin player from Boston, Marie Kettering, who is technically part of the band. We haven't done any like major shows. I've played one show with her with us so far.
Yeah. So is it weird, like because on the album, most of what you've recorded is you, aside from like, obviously if you have fiddle or something you don't know how to play. How does that affect, like when you're showing someone, when you're going to play this live, if you have to show someone something that you recorded, I mean, how does that work? Did you expect them to play it the way that you recorded it, or
nope?
You just kind of let them put.
Yep, I let everybody put their own 2 cents in.
That's good. So you're not a control freak.
I write like the backbone of the song, and then like let everybody else do their thing over it.
Yeah, because it kind of seems like too the kind of thing where it's if you have to swap out people or whatever, it's not like it has to sound exactly like the album. It can kind of.
No, the album was just, I had an opportunity to do whatever I wanted, and I just did it. And now I'm doing it live, and it's a different thing.
Yeah.
Same songs, but they just sound way different.
Right. And is the material that you're recording, is it all stuff that you haven't used in any other project, or has anything kind of crossed over?
Most of the stuff that I have right now is stuff that like some of the songs I started writing 5 years ago.
Really? Wow.
3 years ago. One of the songs I wrote maybe a year ago and was going to be a Yankee Cockfight song.
Yeah.
And we worked on it a little bit, but we never did anything with it.
Yeah.
And then the last song on the EP is actually a song I did do with Yankee Cockfight for a long time. We would do it occasionally.
Yeah.
It's the only song in the set that I would sing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And then we just kind of never did anything else with it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to record it for a while and just didn't have the chance, so I just did it.
You know what's cool, too, about this stuff is it's rare that I've gotten to hear you sing lead vocals. I'm trying to think. I think when you were playing with Mantra, there might have been a couple times where you sang lead on something, like, right on a cover.
Maybe one or two on a cover song.
Yeah.
But, like, for the most part, I just did backups.
Yeah.
And then in Yankee Cockfight, I tried to not sing at all.
Yeah. Why is that?
I'm just not a big fan of being a front man.
Right. Well, it's interesting though, because now you've chosen this path with your solo project. So, what goes into that mentally? Trying to.
It was really awful, actually, for the first few shows.
Really?
Literally the first show I did with this project, it was a packed house.
Yeah.
I was so nervous. I almost started crying on stage at one point.
No kidding.
And then when I was done, I literally ran off stage, went outside, and threw up in the snowbank.
Wow. No kidding.
So, I was also insanely sick that entire week.
Oh, really?
I'm still recovering. My voice is shot.
Yeah. That must have been, but that must have been new for you, right? To feel that way? Because I'm sure it's been a long time since
I
you've been
get nervous
like
all
that.
the time.
Do you? Yeah.
I get nervous all the time.
Yeah. Even when you're like in a band situation? Oh, no kidding. Yeah, you hide it well. I can relate because I'm the same way, but I hide it well. Yeah.
No, I definitely get nervous.
Yeah. So was that just for the first show as a solo, and then you kind of
the first couple were really rough for me,
yeah.
And then after that I came into it, and it was a lot of fun for the rest of the tour, other than the fact that I was sick.
Right. Yeah. No, that's good. Well, why don't we'll play another track from the EP? What do you want to play?
I have this instrumental that I wrote about 5 years ago. Here's a story about it.
Yeah.
I wrote this. I met a girl. She asked me to write a song for her.
Yeah. So
I wrote a song for her. It didn't have any words. And I played it for her, and she asked me what the words were. And I was like, there are no words.
Yeah.
And she said, that's stupid. I was like, but really? I thought about you when I wrote it.
Yeah.
So that's all it should matter.
Yeah.
So I called it Ungrateful.
That's awesome. All right, good. Well, this is Ungrateful from Scrimmy's new EP this time around. This is the instrumental track from the EP Ungrateful here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation. Local Outbreak on IPM Nation. This is Matt from IPM Nation. And just quickly, before we begin to wrap up, remind everybody, of course, that we do record the show every Tuesday night at the studio at 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia. Come on down, say hello to Melissa, buy lots of stuff. TheStudioNH.com is the website. Check it out. It's a very cool place. Please support your local businesses in addition to the local music scene. Very, very important. And, of course, thank you to Central NH Events. Tim Martin, of course. He supplies a lot of the equipment that we use on the show. If you need
I went to high school with that guy.
That's right. We were talking about that on the way here. Yes. So
we have the same birthday, too.
You do. Tim and Tim have the same birthday. But if you need a DJ for your event, please hire Tim. He does a great job. CentralNHEvents.com is the website. And, of course, Matt Marcil from Tweak Sound and Mastering. TweakSound.com is the website for that. If you need some recording done, Matt does a phenomenal job. Recording, production, all that great stuff. And we featured him on the show recently, some of his solo material. And don't forget, of course, Local Outbreak. You can hear it every Saturday at 9 p.m. and then replays every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on 100.1 The Planet if you're in central New Hampshire, or stream it worldwide on our IPM Nation live station at IPMNation.com. And Tim, this has been great. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Before we go, what should people know about how to find you online to keep up with what you got?
I have a Facebook page, the Scrimmy the Dirtbag Facebook page. That's about it. I got the EPs up on Reverb Nation.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a new one for the Bingo Wings soon. That's pretty much it right now. I got a couple of shows coming up. I'm playing on the 19th at Chaskeen.
Okay.
With Floodwatch and
nice.
Dark Horse Ramblers.
Cool.
All good friends of mine.
Cool.
I'm psyched about that.
Yeah.
And then again, I have another show in April with Filthy Still. And then that's it probably for a little while until the EP, the new record gets finished, which is going to come out on Whiskey Grove Records.
Okay.
They're awesome. Yeah. And then I'm going to do some festivals and some touring for the summer and
yeah.
try and make some money to feed my cats.
Yeah. There you go. By the way, where's the name Scrimmy come from?
It's a long story.
Is it? Yeah.
I've had that name since I was probably 15 years old.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's apparently a slang word for like stinky, dirty. I had big, gross dreadlocks back in high school too, and I just was a filthy kid. And one kid started calling me Scrim instead of Tim, and I asked him what it meant. It was like excrement.
Oh, okay.
I guess. I don't know. It doesn't have any
stuck,
good
huh?
meaning.
Yeah.
It has a meaning on Urban Dictionary, but I won't tell you what it is on the air.
Okay. Well, people can look it up. It's fun to look stuff up on Urban Dictionary. Cool. Well, thank you so much. And what do you want to play to wrap up the show?
Little Sister.
All right. Yeah, I like this track a lot.
This is the one that I used to do with Yankee Cockfight every now and then. This one's really cool. It's got Jason from Down to the Well playing upright on it. Marie Kettenring plays violin on this again, and Lee from American Burn does the call and response vocal parts in the end of the song. It's really cool.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right,
so
great.
He's the dude, and thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. And sorry, what'd you say this is called again? Oh, this is Little Sister.
Correct.
Sorry. Okay. I'm having memory issues. All right. This is Little Sister from Scrimmy the Dirtbag's new EP this time around here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation.
little sister, how do you do? Hey, little sister, how do you do? When the night rolls on through, hey, little sister, where did you go? Hey, little sister, where did you go? When the night rolls on home, hey, little sister, what did you find? Hey, little sister, what did you find? When the night rolls behind, hey, little sister, how do you do? Hey, little sister, how do you do? When the night rolls on through, hey, little sister, where did you go? Hey, little sister, where did you go? When the night rolls on roll, hey, little sister, where have you been? Hey, little sister, where have you been? When the night rolls on in, hey, little sister, how do you do? Hey, little sister, how do you do? When the night rolls on through.
IPMNation.com.